The 2020 Ford Escape SE. Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford, where you find some of the most complete, detailed walk-around videos on the different model and trim. Exactly what we're going to do on this video here. We call it our complete guide because we're going to cover the standard equipment first, inside, outside, as well as we're going to cover the optional equipment that's available. Very thorough video. It might be a little long. Definitely check the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube. We're going to have timestamps for different parts of the video, so you can always go back and move around the video, as well as the prices for those different packages and standalone options will be listed down there too. So if you want some information on that as well, you can see that down in the description. So hopefully you get a lot out of this. So let's go ahead and get started. First, talk about some of the safety features on this 2020 Ford Escape. The reason I like to call these our complete guide is because I like to make this video going to work for everyone, no matter if you're interested in power, performance, if you're interested in safety or the features. I want to make sure that you're covered and I cover everything on it. So we're going to start with safety because there's a lot of people out there that are interested in the safety features in the Escape. So this one has a lot of the same features that a lot of the Ford vehicles have had. Very safe vehicle. First one to talk about is the airbag. So you will have a dual stage front airbag for the driver and front passenger. It will deploy a different size airbag, whether it be in the steering wheel or the glove box there. To deploy that different size airbag depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. So that's a great feature. Also, the driver is going to get a knee airbag as well. So if you have that front collision, it's going to come down, protect you from that steering wheel and that front being in the front of the vehicle, or up to that steering wheel and the dash, and protect you from any front collision. Also, you're going to have side impact airbags for the driver and front passenger. It's going to have a airbag beside those seats that can deploy from that side collision if you have that. Also, you do have the safety canopy airbag. So it does have the advanced track with roll stability control. So if it does gonna roll over, it has that sensor and it's gonna deploy down those airbags from the roof to protect all the occupants and the glass breaking and such like that around the vehicle if you do have a rollover there. Now, this does have some other great safety features as well. For those passengers in the back seat, you do have the child safety locks on these doors, so you can lock those up so they can't open them when they're going down the road, as well as you have the latch system. That lower anchors and tethers for children allow you to securely put those seat belts down into those seats, latching them in to the bottom of the seats and not just relying on those seat belts themselves. So great way to protect those kiddos and those car seats there in the back. So want to make sure we're covering those kids as well. Now let's talk about some other safety features as well. One of them is your SOS post-crash alert system. Now that means it's going to honk the horns and flash the lights. If you're in an accident, you're off the road. Also, after a while, with the 911 assist, if you're not responding, it will actually send a message. It'll have a call go directly from the police, 911 to you, and so that way if you get in an accident, it's going to go ahead and call you. And we actually had a customer that had this happen, and it did a great job for them. They were able to contact them and let them know that they were okay, but they needed help because they had a non-drivable vehicle, and they brought someone to their safety. So a great system and how that works together. A great lifesaver for you as well if you have that accident. Now, a couple other things. This will have your EPAS, electronic power assist steering, that makes it a little bit easier as you're steering the vehicle. You're on the highway, it's going to stiffen it up so that wind won't push you from side to side. But on the slower speeds, it's going to be easier for you to turn that steering wheel. Also, a couple features I want to talk about as part of the Copilot 360. Actually, just one when we talk about safety, and that is going to be your pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection. So great system. It has front collision warning. It also has brake support and pedestrian detection. So if you're driving down the road and there's a pedestrian in front of you, you're not paying attention, or maybe they just dart out in front of you, or there's a car that's not turning quick enough and you're not hitting your brake yet, it'll go ahead and use a warning on your dash in a series of tones that you need to stop. And if you don't initiate the brake, it will as well. And if you don't stop in time even with that, and you end up having that collision, or maybe you didn't hit your brake in time, there's post-collision braking as well. That's added now, standard equipment on all your Escapes. They're rolling that on a lot of the Ford vehicles now. Post-collision braking is something that we did see in some of the vehicles that for 2019 now are probably going to be rolled out on all the 2020s. So great safety features throughout the vehicle. I think I've covered everything on the vehicle. I might have missed one. If I do, we'll go ahead and mention as we move forward into the rest of the vehicle. So as we talk about the front, first thing we want to talk about probably is what's underneath the hood. And I want to show you how to pop this hood so we can check out that engine. And if you can look in here, you're going to see a little latch. It says pull twice. So we're going to do that. We'll just pull it once and then pull it a second time. You'll see it kind of pops up a little bit. what it does is there is a safety, but then now you don't have to look for a handle. So there's no handle, yellow handle to look for anything. You just go ahead and come up and lift it up. So I love that feature. Small details that I get a kick out of here that Ford's thought of, and I just like to show in my videos. A lot of people probably look that over. It's not a big deal, but for some customers, finding that latch under there when you're trying to pop the hood and fill it up with oil or anything, it's really difficult, so I love that little feature there. The only engine available for the SE trim is the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine with auto start-stop technology. So we haven't seen, I think we've heard about 181 horsepower and about 190 pound-feet of torque is what we're hearing out of this engine on the new Escape. And auto start-stop, if you don't know what that is, that just allows you when you come up to stoplight, stop sign, you press the brake, it's going to shut the vehicle off. Going to help conserve on some fuel economy. As soon as you let go of the brake, it's going to start the vehicle back up. Now, if it gets cool out, or if maybe it's hot outside and you need the air conditioning going, it will start the engine for you. If it gets to that point, if you want to deactivate it any time, you can do that on that trip. You just press a little button right there that I have an image on, so you can see it right there. You just press it, it deactivates it for that trip. So really easy to do. Powered with an 8-speed automatic transmission, same transmission we did see in the Edges. It will come with auto hold capabilities as well, which there's a button right there, of course, too, right behind the gear shift where you can press that button. It's going to hold it, so it'll hold the brake. So if you're at a stoplight, stop sign, you can relax your foot, take it off the brake, or maybe you're up on a hill, you want to go ahead and press that button so you don't slide down or kind of tend to go down before you get from the brake to the gas. You can do that as well. We did see that only in the Lincolns for a while, and now we're seeing it on the Ford vehicles, so great job that they've had that as well. And then you do have the different drive modes. Now, no matter what trim you have, whether it be 4-wheel drive or even front-wheel drive, you're going to have the different drive modes. So 5 different drive modes. You have a normal, you have an eco, you have a slippery, you have a sport mode as well in there, and then a deep wet, deep sand, snow mode as well. And that's going to do is you put it in those different modes, and it's going to be able to, it's going to shift the vehicle a little bit differently, depends on what mode you're in, as well as help you, especially in the slippery situations, being able to keep you on your intended path. So again, great engine in here. Of course, 1.5 liter, we've seen it for several years, is going to be the standard and only engine available for your SE trim. Let's talk about the front up here. This is going to be a halogen headlamp. They are going to be projectors, so automatic feature as well. So you have an auto setting, it's going to automatically turn them on. In fact, I kind of found something out. We shut the headlights off. We then shut the vehicle off. When you turn the vehicle on, it automatically kicks it over to auto. So they're going to come on if it's dark outside, just in case you forget to turn those headlights on. So that's a great feature as well. You will have signature lighting. It lights up underneath there, so you can configure those as your daytime running lights. It looks real impactful when you're driving down the road as well. So real nice set of headlights up here. You're going to see body colored bumpers throughout here. Silver accent on the lower part down there with some molded in between there. And then here for the grille, it does have a chrome surround and a high gloss black finish in the middle. So a real nice look to it. And of course, all new rear design up here. Front tag bracket is going to be standard equipment on those states that require front tag. Kansas is not one of those, so it's optional equipment. We'll talk about more about optional equipment, but it's a no charge option even if you don't live in a state that requires a front tag. So real great features. Also going along with the auto headlights, you do have wiper activated headlights. So if the wipers are turned on, maybe it's starting to rain, then the headlights will come on as well, because a lot of states that is a state requirement for you. So I think I've covered everything on the front. Let's continue around to the side now. So did forget about a couple things. I mentioned the Copilot 360 Assist is, or Copilot 360 is standard equipment on your Escape SE, and it does include a couple features here on the front that I want to talk about. One of them is the auto high beams. So just like your automatic headlights, you can have the auto high beam set up to where when it's dark enough, it'll go ahead and turn those auto high beams on if you're on a dark street, or maybe you're on the highway, so a car approaches you, or you become in the city lights where there's lights up there, it'll automatically turn those off. Now that is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your settings screen as well if that's something you don't like. Also, it does have the lane keeping system. Lane keeping system also is a feature you activate and deactivate in your settings screen, and includes driver assist or your driver alert settings. So if you're taking your hands off the steering wheel, it'll let you know with a little message on the dash and a little tone that you've taken your hands off the steering wheel. You need to put your hands on the steering wheel. Also, you do have your lane keeping assist and your lane keeping aid. So your aid and alert is what it's called. So your alert would do is if you're leaving your lane, it's going to let you leave your lane, but it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. Now the aid system will actually help keep you in your lane. So it's going to do the best job that it can, that if you get close to those lines or go to them, it'll use torque vectoring to keep you in your lane. So they've had this for several years. Some of the, in the past, it was only available in like your titanium trims. Now it is going to be standard equipment on all of your Escapes, even your S trim. So it's a great features I would definitely want to highlight and mention right here before we move around to the side. So now we're moving around to the side. The standard wheel, only wheel actually available in the SE trim, is the 17-inch silver painted aluminum wheel. Similar design than we did see in the 2019s. So real nice wheel. Again, alloy wheel is a great wheel to have. So when you go to the S to SE, you go from a steel to an alloy wheel. For the mirrors, you do have a body colored mirror cap here on the top. Also, it does have your power heated mirror face, so you get the heated feature when you go from the S to the SE. Also, standard equipment is going to be that BLIS, the blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. So I love this system. It's part of the Copilot 360. If there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of their mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. Also, as you're backing up, if someone's going to cross your path behind you, it's going to put a light in the corner of the mirror from the side they're coming from, puts a message on the dash and a series of tones that it's not safe to back up. So I love the cross traffic alert, especially in those busy parking lots, grocery store, malls, whatever it might be. That'll come in real handy for you. Also, you do have body colored door handles throughout here, so real nice. It adjusts that up from your S to the SE here with the body colored. You also have the intelligent access, which is a great feature to have. You have the key fob in your pocket, purse, whatever it might be. You just walk up, put your hands in the door handle. It's going to automatically unlock the vehicle, allow you to get in or out. You can set up in your settings screen to unlock just the driver's door. All the doors is up to your preference there. You can set that up in there under the, I believe it's under the lock section in the settings screen. And then you, when you get out of the vehicle, you just press the ridges on the front doors, and it's going to go ahead and lock the vehicle up for you. It does have a keypad here on the pillar, so if you want to leave the keys inside or access the vehicle without the keys, you can set your own special code. Real easy to do in the settings screen as well. On that one, you have the door code, so you don't have to try to remember that, find that door code in there or anything. Once you have the vehicle running, you have the key inside, you can go ahead and change your door code without having to have the factory door code, and then you can go ahead and change that system. Don't have to figure out, okay, I need to press this 5 digits, press another number, and then press my 5 digits. You can go in there and change it real easily in that screen right there. So nice chrome accent here on the trim up here on the top up here, and then of course body colored throughout. You do have some black molding down here, and that really just protects it from those rock chips. You're an SUV, you set a little bit higher, you see it in the wheel lip moldings too. Really protects those areas from those rocks that might get kicked up in the most prominent areas. You might still get a few on the side, but that was going to take care of most of those right there. And then easy fuel capless filler door is still another standard feature on your Escape. So you don't have a cap to worry about leaving, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. You just open the door, fill it up when you need to, and then shut it when you're done. A lot of people have said that their concern is somebody's getting into that tank. It's a double door, so it's a double latch back there, so it has to be the exact size that you get from the fuel tanks, or the fuel pumps I should say. So if you even need to fill it up, run out of gas, you need to use your own can, that will not fit in there. You actually have to use a funnel that's located in the cargo area. And let's talk about the cargo area. Let's go ahead and move back there. Now, as I move to the back, you're going to see back here it does have a body color rear spoiler here on the top with some high gloss black pieces that come down to the sides. Does have a center high mounted stoplight right under the spoiler. Rear defrost with rear wiper. You'll also notice privacy glass in the back glass as well as the back windows. Did mention it earlier. Cool, and keeps a little bit cooler for everybody. Plus, it looks just a lot sharper on the vehicle too. Your tail lights, LED tail lights. You still have your halogen for your backup light as well as your turn signal, but you're going to have those brake lights, and your tail lights are going to be the LEDs back here. Do you have the rear view camera? So as you're backing up, you're going to be able to see behind you. Keep in mind you don't have the sensors on the SE. It's standard equipment, so when you backing up, you're going to keep that in mind. You'll be able to see behind you, but it will not alert you. It does have your body colored or your molded in black bumper cover up here, and that just protects it, because a lot of times people drop things as they're lifting them into the cargo area, and that will protect the top of that bumper. Silver painted on the lower part with your dual exhaust under there. Let's go ahead and pop this here. We can just pull the lever under here, and it's going to go ahead and do that. I had the vehicle locked, and it still just opened it up as long as we had it, the keys close, part of that intelligent access. Here in the rear cargo area, you see carpeted on the floor, and you will see in this clip, you do see that 60-40 split bench seat. You can see one seat is moved forward than the other, because I did want to show you that room that you have. So that right side over there, it has moved clear forward. So both of those seats will move, will slide forward and back. I just moved one in this instance here for this clip. But you can see the extra room you might have for your cargo area, being able to do that. And you'll notice too, I'll give you a clip of that seat right there. You still have plenty of leg room for those in that seat, even with that seat moved clear forward. And we'll give you some clips when we get to the interior of all that cargo room you have or leg room you'll have for the second row when we get into the interior of the vehicle. Now under this cargo area here, you do can pull this out. And then you do have kind of a cover in here. So when we pull that out, you can see the cargo management system in here. So you can put some smaller items in there so they won't roll around, bother you, as well as you can hide some of those in there. Maybe it's jumper cables. You want to put those in there. They can fit in different areas. You can also see the mini spare in here that is standard equipment as well. So you're not going to you're going to have that spare tire as well. And the jack's going to be located under there. Their funnel, as you can see, is located in there as well. So put this back in this position here. And these seats will lay down, 60-40 split bench seat. They don't lay completely flat. You will have a little lip there, a little bit of a cover about the width of that back seat that you can, that'll kind of have that, but you can put cargo up on top and clear through if you need to. So, and then back here, you'll also have a power point back here, as well as you're going to have a light for the cargo area so you can see real nicely. And then there's some tie downs in here too, if you need to tie some things down, keep in position. So lots of cargo room, as you can see, more cargo room than we did see in the 2019. So real great system there. If you want more information, go ahead and put those in the comments down below, and I can give you information on actual specs for the rear cargo area. I usually don't get into that detail into all the specs on the vehicle. A lot of this you can find out there on the internet, especially on Ford's website. So moving to the interior, I want to first give you a clip of the dash. Everybody wants to see what it looks like on the interior, so you get this nice clip of that silver accent on the doors, across the dash, some high gloss finish in some areas as well, and some nice trim on even on those air vents too. Some nice chrome accents there that probably differentiate the S from the SE trim that way. Two different color interiors for you. You have your ebony interior or the sandstone. Now this is your sandstone, so let's kind of talk about it. You will see that two-tone. So when you looked across that dash and everything, you did see black on the top part, but then the tan on the lower part, as well as on the console itself, as well as the seat tops here, and then your armrests too are going to have that color. Now ebony, of course, would be all ebony. Where you'd see the tan would be black there, so completely black interior. So a couple different ways to go for you. I do like the cover here. The trim on the console itself is a little bit different than the rest of the vehicle. It has these nice ridges and texture to it. I'll hopefully give you a close-up so you can see that, but real nice feel to it. Cloth seating surfaces in the SE. You don't get any leather on that. You will need to move up from there, so nice cloth seating surfaces. The driver's seat does get power adjustable seat when you go to the SE, so a 10-way over here for the seat cushion, as well as the power recline and the power lumbar. The passenger seat is a 4-way, so you will have a switch underneath the front that will slide that seat forward and back, as well as a backrest that will manually adjust the recline for that over there. Talk about the back seat. So right now you're seeing a clip of those seats. Of course, the passenger seat over there, the 40% side is kind of forward, so you can see that legroom you have there, and you can hopefully see the legroom you had in the front seat. And then you're going to see the legroom for that 60% side. So you can see the big difference in how much extra room you have, that you can slide that seat back, giving you lots of legroom back there, and plenty of legroom for those. So the Escape really not a small SUV anymore. It's really moving more closer to that mid-size in a way of legroom for that, especially the second row back there. So you're going to have that. You do have an armrest that comes out of the middle backrest as well for those. You do have some vents back here too to be able to have that the air conditioning coming through. The rear vents is something you get an upgrade when you go up to the SE trim. Here on the door, power windows, locks, mirror switches here for you. Auto one touch for those probably at least the front windows, if not those back windows too. And then of course your unlock and lock is up here by the door handle, kind of like where that's located. Manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so pull that lever on the left side and it'll go up and down, forward and back. We're seeing that on most all your Ford vehicles anymore. Of course, it does have your cruise control on the left side of the steering wheel there on the top part of that chrome piece there. Below that is where you can control your audio controls, including a mute if you need to for your audio controls there. The right side is going to be the controls. The top part above that chrome accent is going to be controlling your screen up here. It is a 4-inch productivity screen here for you, and really they've moved on most of your settings to the bigger screen we're going to talk about in a little bit. And it's more about your display and what you want to see on there when you're driving down the road. So whether it be your navigation part, your different radio stations, whatever it might be, you're going to be able to see those displays there, or fuel economy. So it's less about the different functions and being able to see those there than it is to be able to see what the display is. So they're moving most of the setting features to the bigger screen now for 2020. And then below that chrome accent down there is where you're going to see where you can make and receive phone calls using the Bluetooth technology there. Push button start, so when you get in it, you don't have to get the keys out again to start the vehicle. So you have push button start. It's located just to the left of the vents over here. And then for your climate control, electronic auto climate control. So it is a single zone in here for you, but having that climate control is really nice. You also see the buttons there for the heated seat. So heated seat for the driver and front passenger along with these cloth seats. Nice feature to have there. And then for your audio controls, so real nice AM, FM, does have Sirius XM satellite radio as well as standard equipment. No CD player on this. And then it has an 8-inch touchscreen. So Sync 3 is standard equipment for your SE trim. That's an upgrade when you go from the S to the SE. And then the 8-inch touchscreen here where you can control your phone, your entertainment in through there as well, right through that touchscreen. And then that's where you're going to change a lot of your driver assist technologies and your settings through that screen, and that's also where you're going to see your backup camera come into view when you back your vehicle up. Also going to have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay system for you, so you can be able to have that interface in there if you would like that. And then of course you can Bluetooth phone or your audio, I should say, through there, as well as when you plug in your phone. I'll show you where those are at in just a little bit. Up here on the mirror, you do have a day-night mirror, so a little switch under there. So if cars come up behind you, those bright lights, you can kind of flip that down so it doesn't blind you. And the overhead console does include your lights up here, and you just press those lights. You just press the lights themselves right there, and then you do have a sunglass bin as well that kind of pops down for you. You can put smaller items in there if you wanted to, if you didn't want to put your sunglasses in there. Now let's talk about the console area real quick as we wrap up the interior. This does have up here in this little bin up here, media hub is what we've always called it. You do have a USB Type-C plug-in. We're seeing a lot more phones have the USB Type-C. That USB Type-C does get a lot more transfer through it. That's why they go to the USB-C type. And then you do have a power point down there too if you have one of those still. And then of course I did talk about a little bit more about these switches in here. This is where you're going to see the auto start stop buttons, your auto hold button, your park brake, and your drive modes are going to be positioned right here, easy to get to for you there. And then let's go ahead and open this up, the console up. Now padded armrest here for the console cover, real nice to have that. And then inside you can see cargo area in there. There's a little slot, you can put a pin in there if you wanted to. And then there is a USB port in here as well, so you can plug in those. You'll see slots for cords to come out on both sides for the driver or front passenger, so plenty of storage in there as well. The only thing I wanted to cover that's standard equipment I haven't yet is the Sync Connect. Sync Connect is standard equipment on all of your Ford vehicles, your Escapes especially, so that way it allows you to stay connected to your vehicle using the Ford Pass app. So it's a free app you download. So I think actually they call it Ford Pass Connect now for 2020. So you stay connected using that app so you can make and receive phone calls, or I'm sorry, staying connected allows you to be able to remote start the vehicle if you want to, unlock and lock the vehicle, and just be able to do a lot of neat features. You definitely want to activate your modem when you get your vehicle and have that going for you, so that way you can go ahead and take advantage of some of those Ford rewards programs. A lot of like your other rewards where the more you spend at a dealership, whether it be through the service department, it earns you more and more money towards accessories, money to use on that, money to use for service, or even money to use when you get your next vehicle at a Ford dealership. So some great benefits with the Ford Pass Connect, so definitely want to make sure you're connecting your phone. I love using the app. I love remote starting my vehicle from anywhere. I love scheduling remote start times. That's great as well. And you can even locate your vehicle using that app too. So that's all your standard equipment so far we've talked about. Let's talk about some different optional equipment now. Now we're going to talk about some different optional packages. Actually, there's only one optional package that includes 2 features and some other standalone options after that. First one to talk about is your Copilot 360 Assist. That's going to include 2 features. It's going to include your adaptive cruise control with stop and go. So what's great about this, you can have that cruise set, it adjusts that gap. In fact, this vehicle does have that package on it, so you can see on that the cruise control that has that gap. So when you come behind somebody, if you're going slower than or faster than them, it's going to slow you down to go their speed, so you don't have to use your brake. When they either speed up or you pass them and it's safe to resume, then you resume back up to your speed limit, or your cruise setting. So great how that works. And the stop and go does sound just like it sounds like. It will bring you to a complete stop. So if you're in that rush hour traffic and you get that cruise going and everybody slows down, it'll go ahead and slow you down to a complete stop even, and then as they resume, you'll resume as well. So hopefully those clips you're seeing will kind of show you how that works. But it's a great system. You don't have to use your brakes so much. With that, you can adjust your gap. I recommend the shortest distance, which is still a pretty good distance, because that way it allows you to remember to switch your lanes as you start to slow down. So great system there. Also, it's going to include your voice-activated navigation system. This one does have the nav button on it because it does have the navigation as part of this package. So voice-activated navigation comes with the pinch and zoom capabilities, and also the Sirius XM traffic and travel link as well, so you can see those gas prices, even any kind of weather that's coming through on that weather map, which is another feature I really like, and has scores, all kinds of things with that traffic link as well. So navigation and the advanced, the adaptive cruise control with stop and go, part of the Copilot 360 Assist, which is optional equipment. Now we're going to talk about some standalone options. We're going to break these out into a couple different ways. So one of them are the factory options you have to order from the factory, and a couple, and the rest are going to be accessories that can be ordered either from the factory or you can get them afterwards. And so we'll put those into a separate section for these different optional equipment. The first one I want to talk about is that front license plate bracket. We already mentioned earlier is standard equipment in the states that require front tag. Kansas is not one of those, so it is optional equipment for a state like us. It's a no-charge option, but it's something you probably want to order from the factory because it does come with the vehicle ahead of time, but they don't charge you to have it installed. Whereas if you order it from the dealership afterwards, they're probably going to charge you a fee to install the license plate bracket and also to get the license plate. So something you're wanting, go ahead and get it ahead of time. Not a big fee. Some dealerships may waive it and say, yeah, we'll go ahead and get it for you and throw it in. I'm sure you can work that into your car deal pretty easily. Also, engine block heater as well is another feature. So if you're in that cold weather state, engine block heater is a great way to, if you leave your vehicle outside, to be able to keep that vehicle warmed and start up easier in the morning. So that's also optional equipment for you. And then Panoramic Vista roof. So that is an optional equipment for you on the SE trim. So you can get the Panoramic Vista roof. It's going to have the sunshade that opens up for you. The kind of powers open and close, so you have that, so it's not a manual, it is a power for that, and then the glass. And you will also get the side rails. There'll be black side rails that will go with that package too. You cannot get the side rails by themselves. So a little known fact there, if you want the side rails come with the Panoramic Vista roof, but they're not an option by themselves from the factory. So those are your 3 factory installed options I recommend. Let's talk about some accessories now. So let's talk about some accessories, and the first 3 of these I want to talk about are factory installed accessories. So what I mean by that is you might want to order those from the factory. They will be shipped to the dealership ahead of time, not with the vehicle. The factory won't install them, but they'll have the dealer install them. And so first 3 I want to talk about is going to be, the first one is that remote start. So remote start is a late availability, so probably not going to be available right away, probably job order 2. but remote start allows you to be able to install that, so that way you have a little key fob that you can remote start the vehicle in close proximities. Now keep in mind, you can remote start your vehicle using the Ford Pass app, so not sure if it's really need to do that. At one time they were going to start charging you for the Ford Pass app, but Ford is not going to do that. They're going to make that free for the whole time you own your vehicle, which is very rare. A lot of other manufacturers charge you for some of those services, but it is going to be free. So really, I don't know if you want to order that remote start, because you can do that right from your phone now. Also, you can get the splash guards, also late availability as well, just because of the new model year. So splash guards will go on there, protect from any mud and rocks that might kick up, especially if you live on dirt roads. You might want to order some splash guards for the vehicle. So those are late availability. Now those are things that can be ordered from the dealership as well, and they'll install them for you. You can do it either way that way, but they would probably dealership install them for you. Also the locking lug nuts. Now a lot of times that'll be shipped ahead of time, and some dealerships will go ahead and replace one of the lug nuts from each of the wheels with the locking ones, and some of them just put it inside in case you want that. So a lot of times when we order them from the factory, we'll put them inside if they're one of those off the lot, because not everybody wants those on there, and then if they do, then we'll put those on though for them free of charge. So that's a couple different things that you may think about. Their factory, what they're called factory installed accessories, but they are also actually installed from the dealership. The other three are things you can just slide in the vehicle and order either from the factory if you want to, or from your dealership. And they're going to be some things to protect the cargo area. So you have all-weather mats that'll protect the footwells in the front as well as the back seat. Oh, by the way, carpeted mats are standard equipment for both the front and back seats. Forgot to mention that earlier. All-weather mats are kind of a tray-like mat, and they're really resistant for that. So if you get a lot of snow, mud in your vehicle, all-weather mats is a way to go. You can put those in there. Take them out during the summertime maybe when you don't need them, and throw them in during the wintertime, or when you're going to go for that trip, you can throw them in there. Also the cargo area. A couple things back there. You can get a cargo mat that's going to protect the cargo area back there, so that's available for you. Again, that's usually like an all-weather material like your all-weather mats will be. Also, you have a rear sunshade, so you can a cargo shade that you can put across the back there. It really protects it, so that way people can't see the different belongings you have back there. Privacy glass helps it a little bit, but they can still see in there. So if you want to protect your belongings, have something valuable back there in the cargo area, rear cargo shade will help protect it back there. So a couple different options for you. So that's all your standard as well as optional equipment, but I want to cover some other features that are on all your Escapes as well. Now, on all your vehicles, you will have a great warranty as well. It's a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 5-year, 60,000-mile roadside assistance. So that's going to be included in all your Ford vehicles. It will be listed on your window sticker. In fact, that's why I'm on this side, is that you can see the window sticker that's on here. So this factory window sticker on every dealership's, Ford dealership's website is also available to be able to pull up on the website. So you can go to our website, in fact, and check this out, McArthur.com. There on each one of our vehicles, not only can you pull up this window sticker, but you can check for availability, schedule a test drive, see pictures, as well as a VR experience, an inside as well as an outside perspective. We call it our spins, because you can just spin that car around inside and outside and get a good feel of what that vehicle is going to look like on every single one of our vehicles. So you can see if it's a black interior, a sandstone interior, whatever it might be, what it's going to look like. Also, you can call, if you have any questions, of course, you can call or send us a text message, 785-378-5031, or you can call us toll-free, 1-800-874-6316. Now that's our complete guide, all the standards as well as optional equipment for the Escape trim. And if you're watching this and saying, man, that's a very thorough video, I'd love to work with that dealership, we include free shipping on any one of our vehicles. So even if you live out of state of Kansas, we are delivering vehicles all over the country off of these videos. So if you want to work with us, you can be very confident you're going to get the vehicle ordered the way you want it, with the packages you want it, with the color interior you want it, exterior color you want, ordered and shipped right to your door. And we'll do the shipping for free. We do ask you to finance the vehicle with us, because we don't want that cost to be incurred onto you. But if you finance it with us, then the lenders give us a kickback, so we can cover a lot of the costs that it would cost for us to ship it. So that's a great way for you to get a great vehicle from a great dealership that knows the product, delivered right to your door. So do take advantage of that. You can call or send us a text message, 785-378-5031, or toll free, 1-800-874-6316. Don't forget, check out our website for inventory, McArthur.com as well. First time watching one of our videos, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down below. That way you get subscribed to our YouTube channel with some great Ford, Lincoln, and even off-road Ford performance inventory videos. You're gonna love those videos just like this one here. You can also check out the different playlists. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you get notified the next time we have another video uploaded to our YouTube channel with this great content and videos that you're looking for. We will be doing the full lineup of the Escape trim videos. So when we get an S, as well as an SE Sport and a Titanium, we'll be doing videos on those as well. And we'll get one in the hybrid. We'll even do a test drive of that one too, so you can kind of see the feel of what that's going to be like on a test drive. So definitely want to hit that notification bell down there. If you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and smash that like button. Lets other people know it's a great video they need to watch. I'd appreciate it. It helps out the video and the channel, and it lets people out there know that it's a great video that they need to watch as well. It gets recommended to them. So again, if you have any comments down below, go ahead and put those down there. Love getting that feedback. We've made these videos better and better year over year because of your comments. So please leave those comments down below. If you have any questions as well on the Escape, anything that I didn't cover or make clear, leave those comments down below. I read all those and respond to those myself. So you will make sure you get the correct information there. Something I didn't include that you maybe found in the video, or found that you could go ahead and kind of include everybody else in the community, I will also highlight that comment down in the comments. So that way I want to make sure I get the most thorough information to the viewers. So definitely go ahead and leave those comments down below. You can also check us out on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, even Instagram. We're at McArthur on all those different mediums. And if you're wanting to reach out to me, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Tim Bartz as well. So again, thanks for watching this video. Hope you really enjoyed it. Until the next one, we'll see you later.